Today, the alignment of the planets is at such a precise point that the clarity of your thoughts may feel different. When you woke up this morning, you may have noticed that something had changed. It could have been a sharp awareness that is hard to explain, or a quiet inner whisper moving through you. Right now, Mercury is sitting in the most sacred room of the sun, exactly at the center of its heart. Ancient astrologers called this moment Cazimi. This is one of those rare windows that happen only a few times each year, when the universe fully opens its channels of communication. It is not by chance that you are here right now. Out of everything you could be doing at this exact moment, you chose to open this video. Even though it seems like a simple action, it is a sign. The cosmos guides us in subtle ways. It does not shout or force anything. It simply places the pieces on the board and waits for us to notice them, and you are noticing them now. January 21st is not an ordinary day in the cosmic calendar. It is the moment when Mercury, the messenger of the gods and the planet that rules the mind, words, and perception, fully merges with the sun. Take a moment to imagine what this means. The sun is the source of all light, all life, and all awareness in our system. Mercury, the translator of the universe, moves straight into its deepest core. It does not just pass nearby or circle around it. It goes inside. When a planet reaches the state of Cazimi, it is no longer weakened by the sun's intensity. Instead, it is purified, recharged, and transformed into a direct channel between the source of cosmic light and us. It is as if the universe turns on a direct signal aimed at your consciousness. Interference fades away, the noise becomes silent, and what remains is pure clarity. This Cazimi takes place at 3 degrees and 36 minutes of Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign of the visionary, the one who sees beyond what already exists and dares to imagine futures that others believe are impossible. The energy of this sign does not accept mental limits, does not believe in ceilings, and does not recognize borders for human thought. It is exactly within this frequency that Mercury receives its solar light today. The word Cazimi comes from Arabic and literally means in the heart. When ancient astrologers from Persia, Babylon, and the Hellenistic world observed this celestial event, they saw it as one of the most powerful and sacred moments in the entire planetary cycle. A planet in Cazimi is not simply close to the sun, as in a common conjunction. It is literally inside it, being embraced, purified, and fully renewed by the very source of life in our solar system. This is not just any Cazimi, it is what astrologers call a superior conjunction. This means that Mercury is not retrograde and not moving backward in its cycle. It is moving forward, advancing with full strength. When direct Mercury enters the heart of the sun, the energy is not about review or deep introspection. It is about expansion, clear expression, and the solid formation of ideas and decisions. Think about everything you have been mentally processing over the past few weeks. The ideas that kept spinning in your mind without taking a clear shape. The decisions you delayed because you lacked clarity. The messages you wanted to express but did not know how to say. Today, that fog begins to lift. The Sabian symbol for this degree of Aquarius speaks of an ancient mission built with adobe, a structure that has resisted time, created with patience, vision, and the certainty that what is built with purpose remains beyond the one who built it. This symbolism speaks directly to your own mental foundations, to the thought structures you have been building throughout your life. There is another symbol connected to this energy. The following degree speaks of an unexpected storm, an electrical discharge crossing the sky without warning, lighting everything for a brief moment. This represents flashes of understanding that may move through your mind today. Those sudden moments of clarity when everything makes sense, when the scattered pieces finally come together. You do not need to do anything extraordinary to receive this energy. There are no complicated rituals or special demands. The only request is presence, being here in this moment with an open mind and a heart willing to listen. The universe has already done its part by aligning the planets. Your part is simply to allow this alignment to reach you. You may wonder why this message arrived exactly today. The answer is simpler than it seems. Something within you has been calling. Something in your energetic field has been sending out a frequency of searching, desire, and preparation. And that frequency found resonance in this cosmic moment. There are no mistakes in the universe, only synchronizations that we have not yet learned to read. The Aquarius season began yesterday, with the sun entering this sign and bringing a new quality of light, a light that does not only illuminate, but awakens. Now, with Mercury merging into this same light, the invitation is clear. It is time to think differently, to communicate in a new way, and to see the world from an angle you may have never considered before. But before continuing, it is important for you to understand something fundamental about what is happening on the cosmic level this week. This Mercury Cazimi does not happen in isolation. It is part of an extraordinary sequence of celestial events that are transforming the very fabric of collective reality. Tomorrow, Mercury will meet Pluto in Aquarius, and the following day the Sun itself will form an exact conjunction with Pluto, creating another Cazimi. We are in the middle of a cascade of activations that has not occurred in many years. It is as if the cosmos is flipping several switches at once, turning on circuits that have been dormant. Pluto represents deep transformation, the power that lives in the shadows, and the ability to die and be reborn. When Mercury and then the Sun meet this force within just a few days, the messages reaching you are not superficial. They come from deep within, touching parts of you that you may prefer not to face, but it is exactly there that the gold is found. The human mind has layers. The surface is where we live day by day, where we make lists, take practical decisions, and talk about ordinary things. But beneath this surface, there are deeper, older, and more powerful levels. These are the places where we store our deepest fears, but also our most extraordinary gifts. This Cazimi offers temporary access to these hidden layers. Imagine that your mind is like a vast ocean, mostly unexplored. Most of the time, you travel only across the familiar surface, watching the waves and feeling the known winds. Today, however, the universe is handing you full diving equipment. You are able to descend into unknown depths, explore inner territories you have never visited, and bring valuable treasures to the surface that have been waiting inside you for a long time. This does not mean that the process of discovery and clarity is always comfortable. True clarity often hurts when it arrives. Seeing things as they truly are, without the filters and illusions we create to protect ourselves, can be confronting for the ego, which prefers to stay within familiar and safe zones. Today, you may realize something important about yourself that you have avoided acknowledging for a long time. A truth that others may have already pointed out, but that you were not ready to hear, may finally reach your deepest center. A limiting thought pattern that has held you back for years, or even decades, may become visible for the first time in its full shape and impact on your life. Do not be afraid of these revelations, even if they feel uncomfortable at first. They are extremely valuable gifts disguised as challenges. Every time something hidden moves out of unconscious darkness and becomes clear, you gain real power over your own life. You gain the power to choose your path consciously, instead of repeating automatic patterns from the past. You gain the power to change what no longer serves your growth. You gain the power to build your life on solid and authentic truth, rather than on fragile illusions that always collapse sooner or later. The energy of Aquarius, where this Cazimi takes place, is especially supportive of revelations connected to your place within the collective, your role in the wider world, and the contributions you came here to offer. Aquarius does not think only in individual terms. It sees the connections between all beings and understands that each person is a unique piece within an infinite puzzle. Because of this, Allow yourself to reflect today, while this energy is active, on what your piece is, what shape it carries, and where it belongs. You do not need to have all the answers right now. Simply plant this reflection like a seed and allow it to grow in the fertile ground of this cosmic moment. Some people have felt in recent weeks a mental restlessness, a sense that something was about to change without knowing exactly what. If this has been your experience, this Cazimi may be the moment when that restlessness takes form, when the abstract becomes concrete, and when intuition turns into understanding. Others have experienced a kind of inner silence, as if the mind were paused, waiting for something. If this is your case, today that pause may come to an end. The words that were not coming may begin to appear. The ideas that seemed blocked may start to flow. Some people have also received signs, messages, or synchronistic events, but without knowing how to understand them. This Cazimi acts like a decoder. What once felt like noise can now reveal itself as valuable information. Whatever your situation is at this specific moment in your life, the invitation is the same for everyone, without exception. Pay full attention to what is happening around you and within you. Listen not only with your ears, but with your whole being, with every cell of your body. The important messages of this cosmic day may arrive in unexpected ways, through a seemingly casual conversation with someone you did not expect to meet, through something you read or hear, almost by chance, while doing something else, through a vivid dream you clearly remember upon waking, or through a thought that appears out of nowhere, but resonates deeply as true within you. Mercury is the messenger, but you are the receiver. A receiver must be turned on and tuned in to capture the transmission. Today, your role is to adjust that tuning, reduce internal noise, and create space for the messages to arrive. This does not require you to withdraw from the world or spend hours meditating, although that can help if it is possible. What truly matters is an attitude of openness, a willingness to receive, and a genuine desire to listen, even to what you did not expect to hear. In the coming hours and days, you may notice certain changes. Your way of expressing yourself may become clearer, more direct, and more authentic. The words you choose may carry more weight and impact. Conversations may take unexpected and deeper directions. You may also experience what some call information downloads, moments when a large amount of understanding arrives at once, as if a gate had been opened. Do not try to process everything immediately. Allow the information to settle. Give it time to integrate. On a physical level, some people feel the energy of a Mercury Cazimi as a kind of mental electricity, a feeling of being more awake and alert than usual. Others feel the opposite, a stronger need for rest as the system absorbs the new frequencies. Both responses are valid. Your body knows what it needs. Emotionally, moments of great clarity may be followed by moments of increased sensitivity. When we begin to see things as they truly are, we sometimes need time to adjust to this new perspective. Be gentle with yourself during this process. The message this Cazimi brings to you is unique. It is not the same message that reaches someone else. Even though we are all under the same celestial configuration, each person receives it through the filter of their own birth chart, their own history, and their current life moment. Because of this, it is essential not to search outside for what can only be found within you. No video, no article, and no astrologer can tell you exactly what your personal message is. They can point the direction and open doors, but you are the one who walks the path, and you are the one who decodes the meaning. Trust your ability to receive, trust your intuition, and trust those subtle sensations that you often dismiss as imagination. Today, your imagination may be the most direct channel to truth. This Cazimi also marks a specific point in Mercury's cycle that astrologers call the Mercurial Full Moon. Just as the full moon brings culmination and illumination in the lunar cycle, this type of Cazimi, the superior conjunction, brings a moment of maximum clarity in Mercury's cycle. It is a mental harvest point, a time to gather the results of everything you have been thinking about, learning, and processing. Look back at the last months of your life. Notice which themes occupied your mind, which questions were present, and which information you were seeking. All of this can now crystallize into understanding. The pieces that were once scattered can come together into a coherent whole, and from this clarity, you can look ahead with greater awareness. The next Mercury cycle begins in March, when the planet turns retrograde and later forms a new Cazimi, this time an inferior conjunction in Pisces. That is still ahead. Right now, you are in the present, living this moment of mercurial fullness. To make the most of this moment does not mean doing many things, but being fully present for what it offers. Sometimes making the most of it simply means receiving with gratitude. The universe does not send messages to those who are not ready to receive them. If you are here now, listening to or reading these words, it is because something within you has matured enough for this moment. Honor that. The clarity you are seeking is not far away. It is available here and now. All you need to do is reduce internal noise so you can hear it. When this clarity arrives, bring it into your practical life. Do not allow it to remain only in the mental space. Express it, apply it, and share what makes sense to you. January 21st works like a portal, not in a mystical sense as a door to another dimension, but as a real opportunity that opens. Portals do not stay open forever. They have their moment, and this is yours. What you do with this moment depends entirely on you. The cosmos offers the energy, but how it is used is your choice. You can let it pass as just another ordinary day, or you can consciously receive this energy and allow it to transform something within you. If this content resonated in a genuine way, then the process has already begun. The transmission is already in motion. Trusting this process is essential. Writing the word clarity works as a conscious statement of intention, an internal signal of alignment and availability. It is not an automatic gesture, but an energetic positioning. It is your way of affirming presence, openness, and readiness to receive what this moment brings. If this space has been a place of guidance and real reflection for your path, staying connected means remaining attentive to the subtle movements that the universe reveals over time. The universe never stops communicating. It speaks constantly in quiet and deep ways. What truly matters is noticing, listening, and acting in alignment with what is received. Mercury is in the heart of the sun, and from that point, the message has already been sent. Taking a deep breath, calming the mind, and allowing the answers to rise from within is enough. What needs to be understood is already on its way.